Welcome traders to another practical application. It is a blueprint practical application, and today we will talk about, we talked already about leg in and leg out. Okay, I think we will start with all four formations. We will identify the formations. We will use a proximal and distal line. Let me check. And maybe wider and preferred version. Yes, step by step. Okay. Let's start with our first demand area. Guys, remember, right? We go from the right to the left, but here it's a little bit freestyle. The topic is the line placement, okay, for our two demand and two supply areas. Here we will start with our first demand zone, and that means a drop base rally. Let me check. We'll find a drop base rally here. Not a good time frame. Maybe let's go to daily. Multiple zones at the drop base rally. Give me a second. We will find something, huh? Here, that's fine. Okay, a drop base rally means that is, wait, let me change a little bit for this session here. Set as default. A drop base rally means here, log, we identified a clear drop. That means that is a leg in candle, right? It's our leg in candle. It is explosive, right? Very explosive, very decisive, right? Clear red means that's a leg in candle. Then we have like a base candle, maybe not really, maybe a mix of it, right? We have to check this, but for me, the body is too big. Okay, it is not really indecisive for me. Indecisive means not a winner, not a clear winner. If I check a huge body, a winner between buyers and sellers, right? A leg in candle here, for example, that's very, very easy to see that we have a clear winner, and the clear winner is who? It is the sellers, right? Definitely the sellers. Sorry. Clear winner, the sellers here. For me, also clear winners, the sellers. It means, okay, it's not a base candle, it's more a decisive candle or close to. It's also another leg in. And then we have a clear indecisive candle. Huge gaps above and below, a small body, clear, decisive candle here, and then a huge rally, right? It's a green candle, decisive, very clear. Okay, that is a drop base rally. If we start to identify our our supply and demand, that means, okay, that's a drop, that's our base, that's a rally. We have two different lines. Whoops, somewhat off. That means it's a proximal line, and that is the distal line. Why? Proximal is close to the current price. For example, that's the current price, 0.99, yeah. That is our current price. That means a proximal line is always, also for the supply, right, close to the current price. Distal line is far away from the current price. For example, supply here. Of course, the proximal line is here, proximal, and F distal is here. Proximal line always close to the current price. Oops, current price, and distal always far away from the current price. Very easy. It means here this is a proximal line. Let me remove this one, and it is the F wider version. Why it is the wider version? Because we set our proximal line on the top of the demand area on the base candles, and our distal line on the lowest point of the on the base candle. We have different opportunities. We have wider and we have the preferred version, right? And the difference here between wider and preferred version is always, or it's only the proximal line. We will move the proximal line, never the distal line. Means we can use the wider version, okay, or the preferred version. Difference is the proximal line, and that means color. Can I change this? It's, for example, blue, and now that's a wider version, the full area here, and this is the preferred version. Preferred version. Let me draw a little bit. Means from here to here is a wider, and from here to here is a preferred. You see, the preferred version means that is our new proximal line. Proximal preferred. All right, proximal preferred. Proximal wider. That's our new proximal, okay, the blue line. We see what is the difference? Difference is we decrease our zone, okay, we decrease our zone, and that means we want to buy here, guys, we will increase our profit margin, right? Of course, the probability to be filled is definitely better on the wider version, right? Because the proximal is close to the current price. Here, the probability to be filled on a preferred version is not the best because we are slower than the wider version, right? That's a difference. That means pro and cons. Proximal, not the wider version, probability to be filled is really, really good, right? Check the zone, it's huge. But profit margin could be less. The preferred version means, okay, probability to be filled is less. Profit margin could be increased. Okay, it could be really great. That's a difference. Never right or wrong. We have rules here in the blueprint, right? Should the wider version already tested, then use the preferred version. That's the idea. But not really right or wrong here. It's up to you. That was a demand area. Now we will talk about another formation, and that means a rally-based rally. That's our other demand area. Where is a nice rally-based rally? Okay, nothing here. Weekly rally-based rally. Okay, we have this here. For example, that means here, this is a clear rally, right? Explosive. Here another rally, decisive. That means 2 leg-in candles, clear, decisive, and explosive. And then we have multiple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 indecisive candles, right? The body is less than 50% of the whole range. We have definitely not a clear winner here. And then after that, we have multiple candles here as our leg outs, explosive, decisive. Really nice. Let's use here also our lines. That means this is also again our snap mode off, proximal on wider version, F distal wider version, or that's also wider and always preferred, right? Remember, we will never change the distal line. And here, guys, why it is a wider version? Why is a wider version? The reason is the proximal line is on the highest point on the base, and the distal line is on the lowest point. Now we will move to our preferred version, and the preferred version is epsilon. The preferred version is here, right? We have again the same. We have the same wider versions, full area here. How can I draw? Let's see. From here to here, that's our wider version, and that's a preferred version here. And why? Let me check. The preferred version, that means this is the proximal on preferred version here, the blue line. The reason is the blue line is on the highest point at the body on the base candles, right? The highest point on the body. Let me check. 12,974, 12,974, 12,974, 12,9. Yeah, that's better. That's higher. That's our proximal, and the distal is always the same, guys. We will never change the distal line. That's another wider. Wait a second. This is our proximal line for our preferred version. Wait, preferred version. Okay, that's the difference. Here, there's the same, guys. Probability to be filled. Of course, wider version is definitely better. Current price is, for example, here. And the, yes, profit margin is less. If you use a preferred version with another proximal line, and the proximal line will also our entry, right? Means it is, yeah, probability to be filled decreased, profit margin increased. That was another preferred version, a rally-based rally. And now let's talk about our first supply zone, and that is rally-based drop. Where are our rally-based drops, guys? Rally-based drops. Drops not the best. Looking for nice samples here for you. A rally-based drop, that's nice. Okay, rally-based drop, that's our first supply zone, and I identify like here as a clear explosive leg in, check. We have in 1, 2, 3, 4 base candles, okay, indecisive candles, and then multiple leg outs. Look at this, multiple leg outs, explosive to the downside. We expect here selling pressure. We will use here, for example, here is right now the current price, okay, 1.45 around. That's the current price. That means that's different to demand areas, guys. So we know in the supply area. With now snap mode on, wait, snap mode on. Mode on means here, this is now our proxim, sorry, snap mode off. It's our proximal wider. Why is this our proximal line now here? Because it is close to the current price, right? Current price. And then we have our distal, wider and preferred always here, right? You'll never change from wider to preferred version. Our distal line means here proximal line is of course close to the current price, distal far away. Proximal line is also the lowest point in our basing candles in the supply area, the lowest point, and the distal line the highest point. Okay, and now we will choose the snap epsilon. We will choose now our proximal, our preferred version. That means here, this is now our proximal line preferred. Proximal preferred version. That's here. We have the same distal, right? Look, the proximal preferred version means that we will move our proximal on the preferred version to the lowest point. Let me double check. It is 531. This is 531. 539, that means here, this is 531. This is the lowest point of the body, the basing candles, right? On the body, that's difference. Here, that means this is a preferred version. Again, guys, wider version, probability to be filled increased, profit margin decreased. Proximal here, of course, probability to be filled decreased. Okay, because the entry, your proximal line is higher, far away from the current price. Profit margin increased because your zone is smaller, right? That is, or that was our first supply area. Now we will talk about a drop-based drop. This is another supply area. We'll change the time frame. A drop-based drop. A drop-based drop. Okay, like here, that means we have decisive, explosive, like in candles, 1, 2, 3 indecisive candles, right? There's not a winner, not buyers, not sellers. So, and then multiple explosive, 3 explosive leg outs, very clear that are our leg outs. Here, proximal and distal line again, snap mode on, snap mode is not on, but now. So that means this is our, again, wow. Here, that is a current price, for example, 1.3 around. This is a current price. It means close to the current price is always our proximal. Here, this is a wider version because the proximal is on the lowest point on the whole area in the candles, right? And here, this is our distal on, of course, wider and preferred because we will never change the distal line. Now, snap mode on. Where is here our color blue? This is, of course, our proximal from our preferred version. You see here, we decreased our zone, right? Very, very small. That means we will increase to the moon our profit margin here. This was our 4 different zones, okay? That means rally base rally, rally base rally, drop base rally, that are our demand areas. And then we have our supply areas. That is a rally base drop and the drop base drop. Okay, we check the distal line, the proximal line for all of the zones. We check the wider version and the preferred version with the different reasons, right? Profit margin and of course probability to be filled, right? For both zones, profit margin What makes sense here? The next step will be to find the zones. Yeah. Next one will be to find the zones. And here we have to check 1 second. Yes. Let's open the euro US dollar. Pop, 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 pop. Find a nice opportunity here to explain. We need a little bit more settings to 25 years. Why not? Or give me 30 years. Okay. And I will, last date will be 2020. Pop, pop, pop. I changed it here a little bit for us, guys. It's easier for us. Yeah. Okay. Let's choose this one here and let's go step by step. Yeah. That means it's a beginning of location. And the location means we're looking for, is the current price expensive or cheap? We have to start with to identify. I will change it a little bit. Give me a second. 29. Okay, 2017. 2017. That's better. Easier for me to find an opportunity here. Okay, it means we'll start here. It's location. We will identify the first supply, the first demand area, and that begins with the current price. Where's the current price? It's here. We will start. Up to you, supply or demand. I will start here with supply. Okay, means we'll move go above. Okay, we'll go above. 1 second. Okay, we'll go above the current candle, and we will check to the left. Where are our leg outs? Okay, where are our leg outs? Remember, guys, we're looking for supply. That means we have only 2 different formations. That is a drop, base, drop, and a rally base drop. That are our 2 supply areas. And the drop at the end means always, okay, we have to expect big red candles. Explosive, decisive, big red candles. Okay. And then we will go here with from the current price on the top of the current candle. Then we'll check the candles to the left. Okay, where are our big red candles? Where are our clear drops? And look at this. We cut the first, or we hit first, the huge red candle here. It's explosive. It is huge. It is definitely a leg out candle, right? Yes. Then we will move a little bit higher here to the previous candle. It is also a clear, huge red candle. It's also a leg out. We have 2 leg out candles. Previous candle is an indecisive candle. It means it is a base candle. Okay. Previous candle is also an indecisive candle, not a clear winner here, right? That means, okay, we have 2, that's our second base candle. Previous candle is a clear leg in candle. It is explosive, right? Another explosive candle, another explosive candle. Means what, guys? Means what? That is a leg in. This is a leg in. This is a leg in. This is a base candle, indecisive. Another base candle, indecisive. This is a clear leg out. This is a clear leg out. That means we have here a drop, base drop, right? And that is one of our supply areas, DBD. It's perfect. We found our first high quality supply zone. Okay, let's draw here the lines, and we are on the location. Okay, we will start with the wider version here, right? Wider version. That means our proximal line. Snap it off. This is our proximal wider version is here. Our distal line on the wider end. Of course, guys, remember preferred version is here, right? That's a distal. Where is our preferred version? Proximal preferred version. All right, that's here. We will remove first the proximal and the preferred version because here it's not necessary, it's not tested, or it's not tested, it's completely fresh. That means I will remove this one here and we will go with the proximal and the wider version. Means congratulations, guys, we found our first high quality supply zone. It's definitely tradable. That's the first step of our location is done. The next step is we are done with the supply area. So supply. Now our turn is, let's check where's our next demand area. And here, guys, right, we will move our the horizontal line to the lowest point on the current candle. And we will go to below and to the left without cutting any candles. Okay, that means if that's the first candle I hit. Okay, it means it's not allowed to cut the candle to check candles here to the left, only below and to the left. Okay, below and to the left without cutting any candles. Means that's my first candle to check, my second candle to check, my third candle to check. Nothing here. Okay, we are looking now for a demand zone. That means it is a rally base rally or it is a drop base rally. Check, guys, the last letter is a R. That means a rally, drop base rally, rally base rally. Means we will looking in the chart for rallies. Means big green candles, explosive green candles, decisive green candles, right? That is our job here. Means let's use our horizontal line from the current candle below, and then we will check the candles. Green candle, explosive, it's a leg out. It is like decisive here, the previous candle, leg out. Previous candle, explosive, leg out. Previous candle, explosive or decisive, leg out. Indecisive candle. Okay, we have a base rally. We need now our leg in. This is a red candle. Yes, guys, be careful here. It's a red candle. It's decisive. Maybe it's my leg in. No. Guys, that's the first point here. That's very important. That's the reason why we have the practical applications. This formation called like a drop base rally. Okay, what means a rally? A rally means significant big green candles. Okay, done. We have definitely big green candles. A base candle, indecisive candle without a winner, right? That's this candle here. Yes. And now a drop. We're talking about a drop. We're not talking about one red candle. We're talking about a drop. And a drop means a price drop, means big red candles. And this depends on the surrounding candles. And check the red candle here. It is a big drop. Is this candle a big, so depends on the other candles surrounding? No, had the same size like the base candle, has the same size to the previous candle, to the previous candle. It means it is not a drop, right? It is not a drop. That's the reason why that's no high quality demand. Okay, let me draw a little bit. right? This could be our, here, that's our indecisive base candle, to the right leg out, and it's our leg in. No, it's not a leg in, because the leg in is not a clear, significant drop. Let me show you something. What is a drop? A drop is this here, right? A drop is this here. That means multiple candles, clear. This is also fine should this one candle from here to here. Absolutely fine. That's a significant clear drop. Clear drop. Clear drop. Clear drop. It's not one red candle, okay? Important to know. That's the reason why we will skip this level. We have no leg in candle. Okay, let's move our horizontal line. That's a tool for us. Now to the leg in. Okay, here, not the leg in, to the red candle. Check the candles to the left. Means here we have a green candle, but it is a rally. No, it's only a green candle, same size like a surrounding. Not helpful. Okay, now we are here. Let's go to the left and which candle we will hit. A clear explosive green candle, right? We have no wicks on the top, no wicks on the below. It's a clear explosive candle. It means it is a leg out. Look here, the next candle is also not explosive, it's decisive, green, perfect. All of these candles, green, 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 okay? That means we have a rally from here to here. That's definitely a rally, right? And remember, we have a zone, a demand zone, drop base rally, and it is a rally base rally. We found definitely a rally, right? Definitely a rally. Let's check the previous candle. Okay, that's the first leg out, Let's check previous candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Definitely indecisive candles, right? Small body, big wicks. Okay, that means we have 5 indecisive candles. Indecisive candles means basing candles. Means we have leg out, rallies. We have indecisive candles, bases. Okay, and the previous candle is what? Huge green explosive candle. No, and again an explosive candle. Maybe another explosive candle here, right? Here another explosive candle means we have a leg. We have leg ins. We found definitely leg ins. A rally base rally. That is a rally base. Upsala. Snap mode on. A rally base rally. Clear, significant rally, indecisive candles, another rally. Not tested, right? We never tested the zone, we never hit the proximal line, means we can use the wider version. Boom. Means this is, guys, our proximal line, right? On wider version. This is our distal line on preferred and wider version. Always the same. Okay, and this is our first demand. Upsala. Demand area. That's how to identify the first supply area and the first demand area. Both have quality, right? They're clear. We follow the blueprint rules. Should be clear for all of you. If not, that's the reason why we have the practical application here. Next step is to calculate the space here. Okay, the range from this here to identify where we are with the current price. If we are cheap or expensive. Should we are cheap, then we want to short the price. If we are cheap, we want to buy. Wait. Cheap. Expensive. If we are cheap, we want to buy the price. If we're expensive, we want to sell the price. Okay. We have to calculate the range here now, okay? And I will follow the blueprint rules. I explain this a little bit different in the mentoring, but it's fine. It's not wrong in the blueprint. That I have my own style, okay? But we will use here the blueprint style. Means we will calculate the area from proximal to proximal, okay? We'll change the range. Color, I will use this as a yellow. This is also yellow. Yeah, it's a full range of the zone from proximal supply to proximal demand. And now we will add a little bit, some levels here, guys. If you use TradeStation or TradingView, you can copy this. It's 33 and 66, right? Yes. We have now 3 parts with the same size, from supply proximal to demand proximal. Now check, where is the current price? Where is the current price? And here, right, that's the current price. It means we are close to the supply area. We are not close to the demand area. This is cheap, or no, that is very cheap. This is cheap. You want to buy in a very cheap area. You want to buy in the cheap area. This is very expensive. We want definitely short if we are in this area here. And this is only expensive, not very expensive. You want to short also here. We are right now in this area from here to here, right? It means we can looking for a short, right? You want to short the current price here. We have another part, and this is EQ. That means equilibrium. Okay, if should current price in this area from 1.16319 to 1.09187, we are the EQ area, means we will do nothing. We will skip this asset, and you can set alerts here above and here below, and then, okay, you know, you're gonna short this area here and you will buy this the current price here. Okay, that is the idea. We are short here. That means, okay, the supply area make absolutely sense. Of course, guys, we can also use another time frame. We know we are expensive right now. Means you can watch, we identified the supply on the monthly time frame. You found this supply here on the monthly time frame. We are expensive. You can also check on weekly, daily, 240, right, for supply, because we are expensive right now. Okay, that is possible. That's the reason, or that's a how to use the location with all steps, right? Also a zone qualifier like freshness, right? If we already tested, should we test it already on the demand area here, then we will use the preferred version. Yes, that's it. It's enough for this 2 levels here. It's a drop-based drop here. It is a rally-based rally here. We have multiple other zones, for example, a rally base drop here, and here we have also a drop base rally, but it is the same, right? We practiced already to identify also these zones. That is location. Okay, that's enough for this week. I'm back next week on Tuesday with more steps. Okay, happy trading, guys, and yes, enjoy this video.